I am Eon, and it's Friday, August 15th, 2025, and it's time for the weekend. Now, several Kickstarters and things like that just dropped, so I wanted to jump on real quick and tell you a few things as well. So I'm really surprised to see here that if I do a search for 3D printing and go for popularity, that I'm not seeing what I kind of expect to see. Now, there's a ton of 3D printing. I could make probably a 2-hour video talking about every single one of these that I could find, and then sometimes, I'll be honest, they kind of hide and don't come in. But let's take away my moniker of 3D printing. What if I just say popularity? There we go. There's why I want to come under this video. Death Tiles Wizard's Home Set has dropped on Kickstarter. 6 days to go. Look at that. It's going up as we look. So go ahead and sign in and log in and get that all-in early bird, which is around $7. $7, $6. Still, it is a steal from them as well. 60 modular tiles, and they've got some really cool animations here to show you how you can build this out. Supportless printing, ultra strong. I've always had really good luck with their monster tiles, so I would highly, highly, highly recommend that you jump in and do that. Do they have any? They don't have any regular backers. Yeah, nobody wants to pay full price. Everybody wants the early bird. So jump in now and get that. Only available for a week here at Kickstarter. Again, I just can't say enough cool things about Death Tiles. Awesome set to get. Also, I wanted to point out a few others. I just thought this looked pretty cool. I'm a Disney fanboy. So Persea and Miniatures, this is Persea. So I guess a female version of Perseus. And Medusa. Comes in several different varieties as well. What is the price? Personal use is $5. Commercial license is $8. Not bad if you want to try and sell those off. And I like the art style of these characters. So I just thought it was kind of cool. Halloween Horror Mummy Chess Set. It's $1. For $1, you get an entire chess set. And it's coming up. Now, of course, if that $1 is personal use. Now, if you want to be able to sell these, $20, and you can sell mummy chess sets for the rest, for as long as you want to. Come in several different sizes. Just pretty cool stuff there as well. Dark Portals. This one is being launched by 3D IP Studios. They usually do a pretty good job. So the idea being here, of course, as you can see, is you print off this archway, gateway, what have you, and then play like a special effect on a cell phone that you stick in between there. The basic license here is around 23 USD or 19 euros. A little bit more if you want the commercial license. Early bird licenses are gone at this point. But the core set is the Ruins of Faith, the Infernal Maw. Let's zoom in just a little bit more. Architects of the Abyss, the Path of Skulls, the Eldritch Gates, Chains of, the Howling Roots, Sands of the Undying, the Reaper's Passage, Dante's Threshold, Abandon all hope, ye who enter here. I used to have that above my classroom. I should add that back, shouldn't I? Oops, sorry, didn't mean to mouse over that. Cyberpunk Volume 4. I see the word Cyberpunk, and I'm a little interested. They seem to be pretty low on the backer lists here. Let me zoom back out a little bit. So, looks like $10, $12 for personal use, $53 for commercial rights. So, you get the Outrider. So, these look to be like little diorama painting display pieces. The Street Sweepers, the Archangel, and the Bastion. So 4 little cool dioramas for about $3 each. That's by Anton Egarov. I don't know that I've backed anything by him before. I think I actually went ahead and backed this one, Forgotten Pages Volume 1 by 3D Printable Terrain. So if you, about 9 euros or 11 USD for each of those, the full bundle early bird, and there's 25 slots left of 50, is about $17 or 14 euro. And I just thought these were pretty cool buildings. Do I really need any more fantasy buildings to print? Probably not, but I thought the art looked pretty cool. I also like the fact that this apparently comes with atmospheric sound loop QR code. So I thought that was kind of neat too. I didn't really take a whole lot of time with that. United Empire, this is by War Scenery, 3D printable terrain. So kind of, I would say like Tau inspired sort of art. It might just be all the white, but you have, these are obviously aren't Tau, but you can see these are human auxiliaries. Apologies, I thought I had muted my phone and that would mute my watch, but it did not. There are some characters here. You can get some physical miniatures, city wall, city plateau, defense wall matrix, and you can kind of print what you need and put things together. They show you here like how the bunkers are modular, and you can put different things in different places. Pretty cool set. Standard pledge is $75 US, 64 euro. That's for both the miniatures and the terrain. Now, if you're only interested in the miniatures, you can do that. If you want physical miniatures, aka you don't want to print them yourself, that's a little bit more pricey, but reasonably so because they've got to ship it. And then the terrain pledge, if you are interested in just the terrain pieces. So again, I kind of like these trees. I remember when a certain company made something very similar to that for the first time. It was pretty mind-blowing, I thought. This one is by Fantasy 3D Tabletop. They are pretty prolific. They put out a lot of Kickstarters, and they're doing 3D printable dice towers too. So a little bit different art, kind of a druidic, fairy-ish tree. Obviously a Cthulhu stone skull, really. And I would say like a mimic piratey looking thing. They have, this is called Elderwood. I'll zoom in just a little bit more. This is Thul's Spire. Has kind of like a, what if Cthulhu inspired like ancient Egypt or something. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from that. And this is Nash, and that's probably a good term for this mimic inspired dice tower. But anyway, what does it cost? You can pay what you want and get a random dice tower. You can do the early bird of the arcane tier for about $19 US, and there's a regular price for that. And you can do the lifetime commercial for $63 US, and that is the early bird. Almost all of those are gone. So pretty cool stuff. Probably would sell fair at a Ren fair. Didn't really mean to do that. Sorry. 9 days to go, only 3 backers for they're not quite at their goal yet. Medieval Houses Part 3. I hate to see stuff like this not go because here's the user license, about 18 USD. Where exactly? There's a commercial license. Their pledge levels could be written a little bit clearer, couldn't they? So the Village of the Knights looks to be everything, I guess. Maybe from before as well, sorry. But these are some pretty cool renders. But I think the sad thing is, if most of you are like me, you probably already own a bunch of other 3D houses that you can print off. And do you really need some more? Well, you have to look at these and figure out. I do like the curved stone tower there. That's a cool effect. But yeah, again, worth checking out. This I actually thought was pretty cool, and I think I did back it. Connect Monster. So it's like Connect 4, but it goes in 3 dimensions. This is by Cross Lances. And if you look down here, it's pretty cool to see that the icons, we have goblins, knights, floating eyes, elves, dwarves, demons, dragons, wizards, undead, and orcs. I don't know why they put undead with an S, but pretty cool to do. It's only about $10 if you want to just buy this for yourself, or if you want to do it commercially, about $24. You know, buy these and sell them and get people to, you know, buy it. And it looks like it comes with a regular version of Connect 4 as well, but or that type of game. But this one does have specialized monsters. You would print each in a different color, and so it could be more than just a 2-player game. That would really add a level of complexity to it because you couldn't plan what you want to do because of the person next to you. Halloween 3D Printables, this just came out today as well. I'm pretty sure this was just released today. This is by Slope 3D. So these are like can holders, aka / dice towers. Their best deal is right now, $7. You get everything and you can sell it too if you want to do that. So definitely worth checking out. Pledge within the first 24 hours and you get a dice holding tray. So 3 amazing dice towers, plus the amazing early bird dice holding tray, and several high quality renderings in ping file that you can use for your commercial license if you want to sell them. Or even if you don't want to sell them, you still get it at a really good price. So definitely worth checking out. Gothic Architecture. Quick overview of what you have here. This is by creator of the STL Worlds. And core set is about $26. Core set commercial is about $53. And this just shows you the different houses that you get. So kind of a, would you say Victorian vibe, maybe? That's sort of what I would probably say for this. But again, just want to point these out. You could probably use these for like a modern thing. You're playing Marvel, Crisis Protocol. You want some buildings and stuff. These would work. These would still work in a modern facility. Where Legends Fight Volume 12. Yet another one from Sync Ratio Systems. All in pledge is $14. High Elf City Flowers. Some scattered terrain like, tables and chairs, a watchtower, a bridge, pretty cool looking bridge, home, hut. There's another cool, that's actually a pretty cool portal. And I guess you could probably print that in like a translucent filament if at all possible. And then we see different sorts of mid-turns and, what's the word I'm looking for? Platforms, walking. Look at the river effect. That's actually really cool. That's a really cool river effect. I wonder how well it actually prints looking like that. High Elf City Spire piece. So depending on what you want to do, there's that too. Sky Sanctuary. And look, and that's, so you have floating islands. Not sure where I would personally use that, but I think that fits pretty well with what Sordain Publishing often does. Here's the Crimson Zephyr. So some Zeppelins. They come with a few different parts. I would say it looks pretty interchangeable. I'm going through this pretty fast here because I want to get this up tonight. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Is that a 5, an S? Seknatech Xenoliths. So kind of ancient Egypt meets futuristic Stargate sort of stuff, I would suppose. Lots of, always a ruin in the corner, isn't it? Of course, you can always put the corners together and make a full thing. And then, of course, we have the adamantine anvil, which is kind of some blacksmith stuff, it looks like. So some pretty cool scattered terrain. I mean, $14, y'all. 237 backers. $50 if you want to be able to do a lifetime commercial license for this stuff. You're not... you know what? I might have to go back this myself. I don't think I have backed it. And if I have, I need to double check that I have. Dinoworld Orc Fury Road has just come out. Dinoworld is always one of my mainstays because it's like $14. You get 12 miniatures and you get the core set of these orcs. And if any of you are unhappy with OPR's orcs, not trying to hate on OPR here, this might be more of the types of orcs you want, and you could definitely fit those in. Look at the back. It's like, is it a belt there? I guess. He's got a whole tire around his ankle. And here he is on a Dino Squig. And some vehicles. Does the car door even open? I highly doubt it. Just a nice look. That's a nice looking futuristic apocalyptic car. And then you just kind of getting Gorka Morka vibes, huh? I probably shouldn't say that. But yeah, and then lots of previous releases they've done as well. So just really worth checking out as well. Really quickly, let's check out some Frontiers. I was kind of browsing through some Frontiers of things that are coming, as well as things that are out. And one that I've mentioned before is Expendable, a Gridforge adventure. They've raised over $4,000. So if you go here, you can get the Expendable collection, which is, I believe, everything. Is that everything? I think. And you can get the station terrain, and there's another version of it here. This is the one that if you are a member of their tribe, then you can get it at a discount as well. And they do have some add-ons as well. So pretty cool looking terrain here that kind of fits like an adventure theme, kind of a dungeon crawler meets futuristic space, meets, you know, terrorist alien that is apparently hiding out, and your characters have to, you know, fight them off. Pretty cool stuff there. Next up, we have Dragonbane RPG Miniatures by Northern Beast. Northern Beast, this is by TitanForge. So they have been publishing this, they have been promoting this, not publishing, they've been promoting this for a little while. Lots of different monsters, sets, and so forth. The tiers, early bird all-in tier, unfortunately has ended. I'm a little slow on the uptake here, y'all. The heroes tier is 19. The monster tier is 54. And you can get all of those together for 69 at this point. I feel like this is taking too long. I apologize. Trenches of Midgard by Risecraft. Welcome Vikings. So it's like futuristic Vikings for anybody that wants to go into the trenches. And, you know, there's that meme about how everybody wanted to go into the mine. You know, that we took children out of the mines. We got rid of child labor. And now the children play Minecraft and they yearn for the mines. Well, it seems like a lot of wargamers yearn for the trenches. And, we can check out that tier at $24 for a personal use, or $88 if you're interested in selling these. It's not a bad deal. From Feyworld with Love, I'm always interested in fairy stuff like that. I guess it's when Kinzer Co. used to have that fairy meat game, maybe. I don't know. But there's a rogues, paladins, and there's some pinup versions as well, companions and familiars. And for the tiers pricing, the warriors are 25, the pinups are 25, but all in you get 42. And their early birds they did have, unfortunately, are gone. Some pre-marketing, just to give a shout out to Beetle. You can get a free Beetle right now if you sign up to get notified. Just log into your MyMiniFactory and do that. This will be launching not too far away. I've already clicked on it, so it's not showing us on this end. I saw some dwarves, and I was like, you know what? I've got to mention these. These were, what were they called? Sons of the Mountain. And so this is by Mini Realms. So definitely want to keep that on my radar and see what that looks like. Onepagerules has Vampiric Undead coming. This will launch, I believe, in September or either late August. So again, it's Onepagerules. You really can't go wrong with them. Epic Warpath is coming to Frontier. Hopefully this should be shipping from Mantic Games pretty soon for those of us that backed the Kickstarter. And yeah, I did, both digitally and for physical miniatures. I'm just too much of a Mantic fanboy to not. So, but these are coming, and we're kind of keeping our eye here because we want to see, is this any different from what was released on Kickstarter? I think the conspiracy going right now is that in the original Kickstarter, you could get a digital package or tier, but you would not get the core minis. And the question here is, can you hear? Have they changed their mind? Definitely interested to see what this looks like. Pathfinder Quest by PaizoPrintables. I think this was designed by, TitanForgeMiniatures. So based on art from Paizo Incorporated, this is their first official licensed Pathfinder STLs. So definitely want to keep a mind on this. Those were the most interesting Frontiers that I personally saw. Of course, always go check yourself because your tastes are not going to be the same as mine. And if there's something you really thought was cool, let me know below. I looked on GameFound. I didn't see anything on GameFound that really struck out to me. But I do want to go ahead and mention really quickly, if you're not familiar, Makerworld.com is basically the Printables version. Printables is what Prusa does for their 3D printers. Makerworld is for Bamboo Labs. And they have started crowdfunding. You see right here, there's a option that says crowdfunding. And there are some crowdfunding projects down here that you can do. You can do Battle for Mars. You can do disc launchers. There's not very much just yet. They're just getting started. But like this Relic Rush board game, it looks pretty cool. So how it works, this is a pretty complicated 3D printing project, because what happens is you set this up just right, and when you push the button, it releases things, I guess like electromagnets maybe. You can see spikes pop up and knock your guy over. We can see here a rock falls down and hits your guy. Stairs just become ramps, which your guy is not going to be able to stand on. There is waterfalls and lava flows that can knock your guy off. It reminds me of playing the original Fireball Island. Yeah, so definitely work that, but a lot of work is going to go into building that and so forth. So if you need a weekend project, what is that, $12 for all of that? That's not bad, really. Pay $30 more, you get early access. You can get it a little bit sooner. So, yeah. Pretty cool. Well, folks, I'm going to pause there and get this video made and uploaded. I'm hoping to do an updated video this weekend for the regular August stuff. I've just pulled in 5 different ways. It's the weekend. We just finished our first week of school, and I'm pretty excited with my year of school, but it's still work. And the evenings, they aren't as long as they used to be. They just aren't. Y'all have a great weekend. Thanks for watching.